With us today on VIP TV, we're delighted to have debutant Roman Fury. Roman makes his debut, Doncaster racecourse, 8th of October. You can watch him in the flesh. If you want to go and get tickets, get in touch with him. I'm sure he's on social media, or go to VIP. And it's also live and free on SportyStuff TV. Roman, first of all, thanks for giving us some time today. I know you've been dashing around, and I think you're in Doncaster, Manchester. You're a citizen of the north of England, aren't you?
Yeah, all over the show at the minute. So just training, preparing, and obviously I was supposed to be fighting last Saturday, but obviously very unfortunate circumstances happened, so we got called off, which was gutting for me. I was ready for it, but as always, you got to take the positives, and everything happens for a reason, doesn't it? So I'll just give myself these extra weeks to get even more better and prepared and do the business. Yeah.
Before we get into your hopes of boxing and how you got in, how has it worked for you training? Because Jimmy Harrington, I think, trains and manages you. You live in Salford, I believe, and Jimmy's in Doncaster. I mean, do you have to do that journey every day?
No, not every day. I mean, Jimmy does quite a lot of travelling. He comes up to here, he comes to Morecambe, where I also live as well. Split it from Manchester and Morecambe, and then I go up to Doncaster once a week, and I'm also in Leeds doing sparring. So there's a lot of travelling for both of us, but I don't mind it at all. I mean, you've got to give as much as Jimmy's putting into me, and that's what I'm doing, and it's working quite well, to be honest with you. So all happy. Yeah.
So you're taking, shall we say, an unfamiliar route from the Fury clan, shall we say? I think even your dad, I remember your dad years ago. He was on Phil Martin shows a lot of the time in his career, or Phil was involved in. Then Tyson turned pro. He was on national TV straight away. Tommy went straight to Frank Warren, your brother with limited experience. You're going on the small horse to start. Why didn't you, join your brothers Tyson Fury and Tommy on the big bills?
With me, it's I don't want to rush things. I don't want to just be put on the big bill just because of the name, and I can do. I want to make sure, I get used to. You got to build yourself up, haven't you? You can't run before you can walk. So I think these small shows is a good way for me to be under the radar and just learn my craft, get the ring experience, get the feel of the crowd and everything, and then build up from there, really, isn't it? I think that's a good idea. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, obviously, Tyson had a very good amateur background. Tommy turned pro with less than, I think it was 12 or 13 fights. You might correct me there. Was that maybe a reason for not? Because the spotlight was on Tommy straight away. Obviously, then came the celebrity life or the reality TV. Was that on your mind? Because Tommy turned pro, and straight away you could see people criticising him, and even though without taking into account his experience, he was criticised because of the name. Did that come into your thought at all?
Well, I mean, that comes into the thought, but that's just part of having the name, isn't it? People look at Tyson and think that you're just as good as him, and where everyone's their own person, aren't they? We're all doing our own thing. Tommy's doing his own thing. But yeah, I've not had any amateur fights at all. So I think I just get that experience and do it cleverly, Because obviously, no matter what I do, people are going to be criticising. That's just part of the game, isn't it? So I've got to get on with my thing and do it my own way, which I'm doing.
Yeah. How old are you? 26? Did Jimmy tell me the other day? I can't think of what he.
I'm 25 and 26 November.
26 and so what?
But it's not like
sorry.
It's not like I've never, put a pair of gloves on. I've always done the basics of boxing, being on the pads from a young boy, messing around and that. It's just the actual, the next step for the sparring and the getting the fight side of things, which I'm quite new to. So as far as boxing, being around the sport, I've been around it my whole life, really. So I don't consider myself to be a complete novice, just thinking, I'm going to put the gloves on and do it. No, not at all. I've been around it my whole life, so I've got a good idea,
Yeah. So what made you, even ignore having, say, a few amateur fights like Tommy and going pro? What made you just totally jump that? Was it perhaps because the name and the brand of Fury is so big now, you could be fighting on a club show and it'd all be coming to chin you? I know.
Yeah, it's that, but it's also a case of I was doing amateur boxing for a while, but they're two completely different sports, It's the same thing, fight, but it's two completely different things, the pace and all different things. So I thought, I'm around these people who are professional boxers, and that's what I'm learning, the professional side of things. So I don't see I've seen it quite as a waste of time. Although it's good experience, I mean, I'd rather just go into the pro ranks and learn the way that I've been taught how to fight, which is professionally, So I think that was the best idea. And obviously, this is what I'm doing, these small shows, to build the experience up, to get the knowledge and to improve like that.
Yeah.
And also,
Sorry.
I am on a late, I've started late, so I haven't really got time to be spending 2-3 years in the amateurs, to be honest with you. If you look at things, I'm 25 now, I'm 26, so I've got to kind of be progressing quickly, haven't I?
Yeah. Did your dad, Tyson or Tommy, did they just say go pro? Did any of them suggest having an amateur fight or two first?
Not really. So just, get straight into it. I mean, there's no way to learn like by doing it, is there? And like I say, it's two different sports, so I might as well learn the professional way of fighting, isn't it?
Yeah. And you're turning professional at cruiserweight. What's that going to be like for you? Because, light heavyweight's 12.7. These cruiserweights are 14 stone. Is the limit's 14 stone? A lot of these guys, 15, 16 stone men coming down to 14. Will you take time to grow into the division? Or are you a solid 14 stone man now?
Me walking around on 15.5 stone, 16 stone man, that's me just walking around. So I'm coming down as well. I've tried to get down to the light heavyweight weight, and I just can't do it. I've been as light as 13 stone 8, and honestly, it's nothing on me at all. I'm just weak as piss, So this is definitely a good weight for me. I'm not a small cruiserweight. I am coming down as well. But yeah, we'll see how we grow and things happen. But I've tried to get down to that 12. What is it? 12-12?
12.7.
12 set, yeah. There's not a prayer. It's not my genetics. It's not my genetics.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at Tommy. I think you look at Tommy trying to get to 12.7 now.
That's it. I mean, in the amateurs, Tommy fought a heavyweight.
That's right. So video of 14 stone, yeah.
That's it. So he's a very big light heavyweight. It's hard for him to get to, even now. So it's a good weight for me, and I'll see how I grow. I want to, maybe go heavyweight at one point, because you need to do the weights for heavyweight, don't you? And just build naturally. But we'll see how we go. We'll see how strong I feel at this weight, but it's good for me.
Yeah. And how long do you see yourself on this small hall circuit before you go on to the bigger shows?
I've got no real targets with that. It's just see how I go and see how I improve and see how I perform, and then we'll go from there. Listen to my manager and my team and that, and we'll see how we go from there. When I'm ready, I'll be ready.
Yeah. Well, what's it like in that gym when you go? I mean, I know Tommy goes to Morecambe on a Friday and train. Are you part of that Friday club when all the Furies get together with Joe Parker and all the other heavyweights? Are you part of that gang?
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen me on a few videos. It's called F Fridays. It's quite a session, It's not for the weak, put it that way. It's a brutal session, but it's good, once a week. It's, you really get in shape, and it's good competitive as well. And it's good fun, with all the guys, and we're all learning, having a laugh, really. It's as much as it is a hard session, it's, getting the stress off you kind of at the end of the week sort of thing. And it's good fun for all of us, But yeah, I love it.
Have you ever done any other sports, or have you just, like the entire family, it's just been boxing?
Growing up, from being like 8 years old, I was a rugby league player, and I did quite well at that, got up to scholarship level. And then obviously my life I just lost interest, and I started gaining a load of weight, and then, that kind of went out the window. But I actually found love for this sport properly when I dropped the weight, because I was 19 stone, and then I dropped all the weight just by coming and training with the lads and that. And then I just, you get into things, don't you? You get the itch for it, you get the hunger for it, and you can't seem to go a day without doing something like that. Otherwise, you get depressed or whatever. So that's where the love for boxing came from, really.
Yeah. Did you miss the rugby league? Because I guess you're like a lot of, suggesting there maybe a lot of, young men, they get to 16, 17, they're suddenly going out appeals to them, girls appeal to them. Is that the sort of thing why you drifted away from that?
Just a little bit, and you just lose interest, I think. I was doing it for a long time, and I was doing it for like 2 years, where I thought, right, I'm not as interested, but maybe it'll come back if I get that spark back, and I just play. It just never happened. So I thought, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm not enjoying it. It's a waste of my time. So I just decided to hang it up, give it up.
Yeah. Have you set yourself any targets as a boxer at all?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go for titles, I want to go for, British titles and do it like every other boxer. Don't underestimate me because I'm a new start, should you say. I've got the same ambitions as any boxer would, to be world champion one day.
I don't think anyone's going to I mean, I think, Tyson went the English title route. So there you go.
Yeah. It's a historic title, isn't it? And I'm very privileged to win that title. If I didn't do anything else in the boxing, that's very good, isn't it?
Hey, look, you know what? Even winning a central area is something. Not many people even win then. You're a professional champion still. and no one can take that away. And if it expands from there, all the better.
That's it, and that's the way I look at things. You know, you can put too much pressure on yourself, and that can be the downfall of a lot of people. You know, you just got to do things as they come and take each day as it is, and whatever happens is meant to happen. I believe that. To be honest with you, I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the training. It's a million times better than what I was doing before, and I just thank God every day. To be honest with you, no matter what happens, I'm honestly very happy.
Yeah. And just one final thing, just tell us a bit about training with Jimmy Harrington. I know he's a friend of Tyson's, and I've known him a good few years. Jimmy, he's a character, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a character. He's a good man, but you don't want to get on the wrong side of him.
He's a lovely as well.
Yeah,
I think he boxed at Cruiserweight as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a few fights, I believe. Yeah,
he was a Cruiserweight. Yeah.
Similar to me, he never had any amateurs, and he jumped straight in. That's where me and him, we bonded quite well. I've known Jimmy for 3 years. It was Tyson that actually put me and Jimmy together. Tyson said to Jimmy, "Can you train Roman? Get him a professional license and manage him." And then that was 3 years ago, and ever since then, the rest is history, isn't it? But I've got a lot of time for Jimmy. He's put a lot of work into me, without seeing any results so far. But top man, and I have the most trust in him to guide me right in my career.
Brilliant. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been wonderful talking to you today, and we look forward to seeing you in action on your professional debut. I can't wait to see you box in the flesh and meet you properly.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much indeed, Roman Fury.
God bless.
Boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north. Click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.